Welcome back, everybody, to the Dragon's Lair. My name is Wade, and this is my show, Let's Talk, where we talk about Warhammer 40k. Today we're talking about 10th edition Tyranids. Love Tyranids. I've been a Tyranid player for a long time. I want to tell you about the Norn Assimilator. I love the Emissary best because I love the Invulnerable save. But let's talk about the Assimilator for a little bit. He's not my boy, but I still love him. They got super big bases and movement 10. That means he's actually covering quite a lot of ground. Tough 11. That's really great because it's hard to wound him. 2+ save, no invulnerable. That's the big difference. 16 wounds is great. Leadership 7 is great. He's a synapse creature, so he will always take battle shock on 3d6. Look at the keywords at the bottom where it says keywords, and it says synapse. That means he gives synapse. I mention that because I see people ask questions about it all the time. So over there in the abilities where it says synapse, that means he can benefit from synapse. And down over here, down in the keywords where it says synapse, that means he provides synapse, the 6-inch bubble, and everything inside of that is now within synapse. Here's the big difference, another big difference between the Assimilator and the Emissary is the harpoons, the toxin injector harpoons. Range 12 is okay. It's not great. 2 attacks, not great. BS2 is what saves it, hitting on 2s. Strength 12, that's good. You're going to be able to hurt vehicles with that. AP3 is pretty good. 2 is the standard for good, a lot of people say. So 3 is very good. D6 plus 1, good damage. Harpoon. After the bear has shot this weapon, select one enemy monster or vehicle unit hit by one or more of those attacks, monster or vehicle, keep that in mind. Until the end of the turn, each time a bear selects that unit as a target of a charge, add 2 to the charge. So it makes it easier for him to charge monsters and vehicles, which is pretty cool because you can get in there on Imp Guard and muck up their Vanquisher, and it's good. The Scything Talons and the Toxin Injector Harpoon are different than the Emissary. It's good that the Toxin Injector Harpoon is extra attacks, so that means you can get all 6 of the Scything Talons, and then the Toxin Injector Harpoons. Once again, the Harpoons are Strength 12. You get 4 attacks this time in melee. It's all hitting on 2 pluses. AP is the same. D6 plus 1 is the same. That's really good. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, that's really good. I was not thinking about that in my previous communications. I used 2 Norn Emissaries yesterday, and a lot of people tell me, oh, the Emissary, it's so sucky because its damage output is trash. What are you expecting it to be? Are you expecting it to be, like, super great? Like, why can't it just be good, and that be good enough? And what I mean by that is, I had an Emissary yesterday go up against an 11-man Terminator squad and almost wipe it. And the only reason why it didn't get wiped is my opponent used a stratagem that gave all of my attacks -1 damage, and Lionel Johnson charged my Norn Emissary and killed him because it's Lionel Johnson. I mean, come on. I can't fight an 11-man Terminator and Lionel Johnson and survive. No, nothing should be able to do that. So I almost killed that. That Terminator squad went down to 1 Terminator. And a Norn Emissary doing that. He didn't do it all by himself. I think Zonothropes killed like 2 of the Terminators. So keep on saying an 11-man basically killed 8 Terminators by himself. That's a big deal. Keep in mind that those harpoons, and this is the exact same thing I told you with the Emissary, those harpoons are not blast. So that means you can shoot those harpoons in your shooting phase at whatever you're in melee combat with, or you can shoot out of melee combat at other monsters or vehicles, because big guns never tire. That's the rule that covers this. Look it up. It's a great fact that you might not be thinking about. I forget about it, which is why I'm telling you about it, because I want you to have better games. Remember all of your advantages, right? So you only get 1 of them, which is all you need in a unit. Like I said, that base is really big, so watch out because you can't. There's lots of ruins that you won't be able to get inside of. And I'm going to be playing a Rogue Trader tournament very soon, And I know that ruins is all the rage. Everything is ruins, right? So now ruins go all the way up to the sky, which is great. I love it a lot. Lots of stuff to hide behind. Lots of stuff to hide behind. So I like that. It's good for us. It's good for biz. Keywords: monster, great devourer, synapse, which means he gives synapse, and Norn Assimilator. Into special abilities. Okay, so this is the exact same as the emissary. And what I mean by that is at the start of the first battle round, so every game you can choose a different option here. You got two different options. One, you can select an enemy unit until the end of the battle. Each time this model makes attacks against that unit, you can reroll hit and reroll wound rolls. I think that's really good. Full rerolls. Full rerolls. Or you can choose an objective marker until the end of the battle if this model is within the objective, which is 3 inches, by the way. You get 5+ feel no pain, which is good. Helps you stay alive longer. And objective control 15. It's super hard to take objective control 15, an objective with that. It's super hard. I mean, even 10 Terminators, and I think the Terminators were OC1, but even if they're OC2, you're talking 20, I can take it back real easy just by killing 5 of those guys. So I think they're OC1. So you're still beating the 11-man Terminator squad. Someone fact check me on the OC of Terminators. I don't know what it is. And then he's got harpoon barbs. So once per turn, when an enemy unit within engagement range of this model is selected to fall back, roll on a d6. 2+, they suffer d6 mortal wounds. That's pretty cool. It's kind of like the flesh hooks used to be back in the day. Not that flesh hooks have ever done that. It's just that's what flesh hooks used to be, is something that hurts you if you pulled away from it. Or sometimes in some codexes they kept you there. You had to make a roll, and if I succeeded on my roll, you couldn't move away. So that's pretty cool. I think the Assimilator is really neat. There's one thing I want to look at because I think I cut something off the bottom of the page that might be worth telling you about. Nope. I was wrong. I thought the Norn Assimilator might be a Vanguard, and he's not a Vanguard. But yeah, the point is I use Invasion Swarm, and I think Invasion Fleet. And I think a great stratagem to use with him would be the Rapid Regeneration if you've chosen the Select an Enemy Unit. But if you chose the Objective Marker one, you've already got it. So that actually will save you some CP. I think Adrenal Surge is great. So in the game that I ran yesterday, I had 2 Norn Emissaries. And with Adrenal Surge, yeah, it's 2 CP. But keep in mind, with the thing with Adrenal Surge is you can target up to 2 units inside of Synapse. Because he gives Synapse, he's always inside of Synapse. So Adrenal Surge is great because I pretty much always go with the Hyper Adaption Swarming Instincts. So all these attacks, you'd get extra hits if you are fighting against infantry on a roll of a 6. But with Adrenal Surge, it's 5s or 6s. So let's say you're melee attacking with your Harpoon Injectors, or range attacking. You get 4 attacks if you're in melee with your Harpoon Injectors. Those 4, you get a 5 or a 6, you get an extra hit. Like, that's really good. That's really good because it's Strength 12, AP 3, D6, +1. That's going to kill stuff. If you're meleeing a vehicle, so if you were in melee with a vehicle, you could shoot the vehicle with the Harpoon Injectors. Man, now I'm thinking the Assimilator is actually way more of an anti-vehicle unit than the other ones. I think I just came to that realization. It's that 4+ invulnerable, though. It's that 4+ invulnerable, though. I think I might muck around with Harpoon Injectors. I magnetized mine, so the top arms are the Scything Talons, and the bottom arms are either the Harpoons or the Rending Claws. Geez, I might do that now. I just thought of something, YouTube. I just learned something. Anyways, I'm really enjoying sharing this content with you guys. I love the Norns. Emissary is my boy, but Assimilator is warming up to me. We here at the Dragon's Lair understand that you're a pretty busy person. You can spend your time anywhere on the internet. So I want to say thank you for spending your time here with us at the Dragon's Lair.